Shalom. I just want to start off by saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Racha HaKadash. Want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Fulek and the Akim. Spreading the truth that's four corners of this earth. I'm going to go into this lesson called choosing life, and what does that mean? And this is going to be an add-on in addition to the lesson I did, Life or Death, You Choose. So without further ado, just grab this precept right here in Second Esdras 7:20. It says, "For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. For the Most High hath given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment." So the Heavenly Father, man, He gave straight commandment, what you should do to live, man, and what you should do to avoid punishment. But what? Verse 22, "Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things." So let's go into um, what you should do to live. This is Baruch 4:1, and it says, "This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." You know, so this is what we ought to do to to obtain life, man. Is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. It says, "What them that do it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." So going back to the second Esdras 7 and verse 22, or I'll just read 21 again. "For the Most High have given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. But his laws have they despised, and denied his covenants, and his statutes have not they been faithful, and have not performed his works." And you see two-thirds of our people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, doing this today, speaking against the Most High. And how do you speak against the Most High? You speak against the Most High by speaking against his servants. Because the Lord is going to reveal what he's going to do to his servants, the prophets, before it happens, man. And we can just grab that real quick. Let's see. This is Amos 3:7. And it says, "Surely the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai power will not do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets." Plain and clear. So that's how you speak against the Most High, man, by speaking against what's written, by speaking against what the prophets, what his true prophets are saying. And it says that, "and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds." Right? By thinking that they're right in their own eyes. By thinking, by being prideful, and the the road that's going to take you down is death, man. So let me just jump down to here. Second Ezra 7 verse 59 says, "For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, Choose thee life, that thou mayest live." And we're going to go into that. We're going to go into choosing life and living. Nevertheless, Nevertheless, they believed him not, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me, which have spoken unto him. So let's go into Deuteronomy 30. I'm going to just start at verse 15. It says, See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. It says, in that I command thee this day to love the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, thy power, shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. So what does it mean to live? What does it mean to choose life? It's choosing to follow after the ways and the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. His word is true. His word is right. And we can grab that real quick. Deuteronomy 33 and verse 4 says, For the word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is right, and all his works are done in truth. So there are no lies with the Lord, man. The word of the Lord is right and true. So going back to Deuteronomy 30, choosing life is choosing to follow after the ways and the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, man. Verse 17, Deuteronomy 30, verse 17. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, which our people did. They didn't choose life; they chose death. And 2/3 of our people are still doing it today, worshiping idols, worshiping other gods, man. Being prideful, despising the words of the Lord. Verse 18, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that thou and thy seed may live, man. And what comes with choosing life, man? The blessings. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. And what comes with choosing death, with being wise in thy own eyes, man. Choosing not to walk after the ways of the Heavenly Father. Cursing, man. These curses came upon us, and they're still upon us, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to this day. So from there, let me go to John 6 and 63. It says, It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So these words give us life, man. From being in a dead state, from wandering out of the way of understanding, wandering out of the way of our Heavenly Father, man. Let's grab that real quick. Proverbs 21 and verse 16. And it says, what? It says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So you're in a dead state right now, being out of the way of understanding. 2/3 of our people are in a dead state right now. But what? This word gives you life, man. This word quickeneth you. It revives you. Let's grab that real quick. I believe it's mm, I think it's this one. Says, day left, my soul cleaveth unto the dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word. So it's this word that revives us. It's this word that brings us to life. And in doing so, we receive those blessings. So let me see here. Salakia. Yeah, so yeah, I believe that's all I had. Hopefully this was edifying, and showing that in choosing life, man. Choosing life is walking after the ways of the Heavenly Father. In doing so, you are truly alive, man. So I just want to end it off, by saying, I just want to end up by saying, Call Layam La Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Hashem Chahakadash, when they give double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to all for looking the occupants of the truth, that's four corners of the earth. Shalom.